If you sip and get them bottles pouring, it's alright. And if you smoked a little something before, that's alright. Cause you were looking so damn good in the club. We're having so much fun. So much fun. Feeling kinda good. Come on, let's hit the floor. Let you back that thing. Hey, I want to welcome you to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and iHeart Radio station. Hey, it's a beautiful day in Chicago, and we're not in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. But listen, big and beautiful. I am fat, woo! But most of all, I'm cute and confident. I am the big sister of internet radio, your host, Katie Lowe. Happy that you explored internet radio, www.intellectualradio.com, and iHeart Radio Station, where we not only do we entertain, we are here to feed your brain. And today, live in the studio, we have a singing artist. And I'm going to go on and let her introduce herself. Because before we get in her business, and you know I'm going to get in her business, we're going to talk about some of the things that are trending on Facebook. And you know, I'm going to talk about Hurricane. I think that's her name. I ain't going to talk about Harvey because we talked about Harvey the last time we were here. But we're going to talk about Hurricane Irma. And we're going to talk a little bit about, I got something to say about them Trumps. I got something to say about everybody's most likable pastor. And it ain't Creflo Dollar. It's Joel Osteen. I got to talk about what D.L. Hughley, and I love me some D.L., what he said about Joel Osteen. So we're gonna talk about that, but I am going to allow the people that are sitting to my left, and there are two people sitting to my left. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. Then we're gonna play a song, and then we're gonna talk about what's trending on Facebook. To my immediate left.
Hi, I'm Carolina Davis. I'm a singer, songwriter, R&B singer, songwriter. Also model as well as act.
Okay. And
I am Teresa Moore. I am co-hosting with Katie Lowe on Rhythm Flow Radio today.
Today, girl, you better be saying I'm co-hosting with Katie Lowe on Rhythm Flow Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. I mean, you've been here more than one day coming. Now, don't be doing that today. You kind of scaring me, girl.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry.
Girl, you know, you done walked up in here and took you a position. Listen, I am so glad to have Teresa come in and be the co-host because Teresa and I have worked on some projects together.
Yes.
And hopefully when our friend Brian McLemore Smith gets ready to do
Brian.
6 Degrees, hopefully he can write me in. I got some help now.
All right.
And I got an inbox from named Manny the Money Pusher.
All right.
And he's talking about doing open windows. So we'll be working together for a while. Okay. Listen, I got the song I want to play. And this is a Carolina Davis song.
All right.
And I want to play it because I do want to say that she'll be performing at the, and give them the address.
It's 2871 North Lincoln Avenue. That's on the north side of Chicago.
Excuse me.
This will be my first time performing this song. It's a completely brand new song.
This is a song?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's produced by Sly. He's a Bandcamp producer. He's an amazing producer. And with this song, it just kind of flowed real, just organic with it. So I love this song, and I can't wait to actually perform it live for the first time.
Okay, I want to put your song on out here, and then we'll come back and we're going to talk about Facebook, and then we'll get back into personal. Okay. All right. Music. Is it playing? Yeah.
I've been overtaken lately, losing myself inside. Sometimes wishing that I would just die, but no, I don't mean it, 'cause I'm too high. I've been overtaken lately, losing myself inside. Sometimes wishing that I would just die, but no, I don't mean it. My vision's too high. Feeding on my family, living my career and having no worries. The man that I've been loving is waiting down for me, not acting all pretty. But no, it's all wrong. The life that I'm living is a lifestyle I don't want, but it's right. Been so low for so long. Now I'm alone. I've been overtaken lately, losing myself inside. Sometimes wishing that I would just die, but no, I don't mean it, 'cause I'm too high. I've been overthinking lately, losing myself inside. Sometimes wishing that I would just die, but no, I don't mean it. My vision's too high. Having up to mind, driving down the highway, not a care in sight. All my troubles gone away, not caring what anyone has to say. But no, it's all wrong. People that I thought was there seem to always do me wrong. But it's alright, been so low for so long. Now I'm alone. Overthinking lately, losing myself inside. Sometimes wishing that I would just die, but no, I don't mean it, 'cause I'm too high. I've been overthinking lately, losing myself inside. Sometimes wishing that I would just die, but no, I don't mean it. My vision's too high.
Right now. And the name of that song is Life.
It's called The Life.
The Life.
Right. Nice.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Now I must ask you. I have to get. Let me go on and do what's trending on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll get back to. We're gonna get back to your song, and we're gonna get back and talk. Get up close and personal with you. But one of the things that's trending on Facebook, and I'm gonna tell you, I am mad as hell. 19-year-old girl
Yes. Yes.
who went to a party out at the Rose, somewhere in Rosemont, at one of the hotels
Yes.
over the weekend,
Wow.
and ended up in a freezer.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
she ended up in a freezer that is not being used. Okay, there was no meat, no food, but a freezer. Now she was up on what, the 9th or the 11th floor, and the freezer is down in the basement. Let me tell you, I just don't understand it.
Me either.
What? I mean, where was the hotel security?
Well, I know
Evidently, they didn't have any.
camera, so they
Something
should
to
see
say
it.
Okay.
where she
Now
went,
they-
how
you
did
know
she get
what?
there,
We didn't get the full story. We only got what the paper
what they
printed.
told us.
Okay,
Yes.
and they
control what we see.
What we see.
They control what we read.
Yes.
And they control what we hear.
Yes.
Except they don't control his mouth.
Right.
And that
right.
mouth, nor do they control that mouth.
Right.
Okay. We have free range on what we say. But what I don't understand, it just really bothers me that if you're an African American, I'm just gonna break it down and make it real.
Okay.
When we go places, even when we go to the store, to shop for clothes, they follow us.
Yes.
They got 100 questions.
Yes.
Now if I go up in a hotel and around,
somebody gonna say something.
Somebody gonna say something.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
They have cameras. They have an office. Let me tell you, they got cameras all over the hotel. They have a room that they sit up in with computers that watch every floor.
Everything.
Okay?
Yes.
Not in the hallway staggering like I'm drunk or high.
Yeah.
They're gonna call security on me.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yes.
So you tell me how this girl ended up in the freezer, a freezer that is not being used.
Right.
And when you drunk, had been doing drugs, they didn't keep, they didn't make it a secret.
Okay.
When you drunk and you high, your equilibrium, everything is off.
Okay.
You start seeing stuff that you don't see. You start hearing things that you don't hear. Okay?
Mhm.
I mean, you just totally messed up. But you're going to go and open these doors to the freezer.
And it's supposed to be a
Yeah.
heavy door.
Okay.
And you're
Exactly.
drunk and kind of off kilt, and you're able to open this heavy door
I just don't understand it.
and close it behind you and freeze to death.
Then her mother, who reported her mother who went to, when she didn't show up, I think the mother had allowed her to use her car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now,
But then they also said somebody drove the car, right? They had the keys or something. Like
I mean, who in they listen?
I don't understand who would leave without her.
If I go somewhere with you
Right.
and you're driving,
Mm-hmm.
don't leave until I find you.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the type of person I am.
Mhm.
Okay, I would raise that much hell
Yeah.
till I find you.
Right. Right.
And how you gonna take somebody's mama's car back to them? Huh? How you gonna take? How I'm gonna take? Say I'm driving your mama's car. How I'm gonna take your mama's car back to her, and I ain't got you with me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Huh?
No police call or nothing. Just take the car back. No, nothing. No communication at all about where is she. Didn't call and say, have you heard from her? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm just gonna get in the car and I'm gonna drive back. Tell your mama, I don't. What was her name? Kanika. I don't know, huh? Kanika Martin. I don't know where she is, but I'm bringing you. I'm bringing you the car
to
back.
Car. She calls, just let her know that you have your car back.
Ain't that something?
I don't. I'm just adding it, but I mean,
I know what you're saying. I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
But now there was something out on Facebook. You can't believe everything that you see on Facebook.
Right.
And I've already proved that to you because I told y'all Creflo Dollar built that pulpit, and a lot of people believe that, and it wasn't true. But it's just to let you know that everything that's posted on Facebook is not true.
It's not true.
But there was a post where this young lady, they claimed that she tried to kill herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a post said this young lady tried to kill herself, commit suicide. Okay. She was one of those that was at the party. I ain't gonna call no names. You can bear no blames. I'm just telling you what's on Facebook because that's trending.
Right.
Anyway, she tried to kill herself. And they're wondering, now they're saying the girl was raped and murdered. This is out there.
They got the DNA evidence, or are they just saying stuff?
When something happens, how everybody throw their 2 cents in.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm just repeating what was on Facebook.
I'm gonna take a disclaimer because this is, these intellectual radio. This is just what's trending on Facebook.
social media.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's where this is coming from. This is not coming from intellectual radio because we're not investigators. We didn't go in there and try to find out. I got this all off Facebook, but I'm just saying that like this is it's ludicrous. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have to wait for obviously the autopsy to see, anything.
I'm just gonna
also just question with the police question everybody, and then also with the security, with the cameras, everything's got to be looked into.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. It was dead when they put it in that freezer.
Yes. Yeah. You know that organ harvesting thing is
Okay.
a real deal.
I bet you she was dead when they put her in that freezer.
And that's one of the many things that we could consider that they are doing. And God knows what else.
And then these people are your friends.
And
These people are your friends. What does that tell you about friends?
Sometimes we don't know what kind of relationship people have with these people, because you know how somebody you just met may say it's a party going on over here, it's a big public place, you need to check it out. People you just met for a short time, you don't know who these people are to the person that is had a crime committed against them. So you just assume that they've been friends for a long time and these people are on the up and up and this is something that just happened.
If I'm gonna follow you,
if
I'm gonna follow you to the hotel for a party,
right? I'm just saying.
I'm gonna, okay.
But some people, are not in that frame of mind to think, I like a party. I'm there, But it's just you don't know. See, don't assume people think like you.
Yeah, well, I know they don't think like me because I'm paid low.
Right. If you want to know.
Right? And I can tell you when Fred and Cleo had me, it wasn't but one.
Right.
If it had been two, I would have been in a lot of trouble.
Oh.
If I had a twin,
oh
girl, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Wow.
But I just wanted to throw that out there to give you something to think about because it's trending on Facebook. Another thing that's trending on Facebook is they talking about getting rid of Trump's son-in-law.
Son-in-law, what is he doing?
He met with all them Russian people. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
His name is, what's his name? Kushner? They talk about getting rid of him. Okay. And he's like, he's close to his son-in-law. He's like a
son, huh?
Well, I mean, he's married to Trump's daughter.
Right, that's why.
And
no.
And they're talking about Trump's lawyers say this young man has to go. Because of all of those meetings, the Russians, and they're saying that he has to go, and I'm saying I don't see it, but they're trying to persuade him that Jared Kushner needs to leave.
I thought people that are in the highest offices are monitored and watched.
All of this happened before Trump became president. Okay. All of these those secret meetings. This happened before when they were trying to dig up the dirt on Hillary.
Right.
So I mean, Trump he ain't created no job. Well, he created 6 jobs. He fired 6 of his cabinet staff members, and he hired 6 people. So those are 6 jobs that he created. And so when he fires his son-in-law,
recycled the job for us.
Okay. When he fires his son-in-law, that'll be job number 7. Okay. So another thing that's trending on Facebook. Pope Paul had a black eye. The Pope.
Oh, okay.
Pope Francis, I'm sorry.
Pope Francis.
I don't know why I'm saying Paul. I guess that's the one who made I like Francis, but I guess Pope Paul made an impression on my life. But Pope Francis had a black eye.
Okay.
And he said that
he bumped his eye, I guess, into that Pope mobile.
The Pope mobile.
Yeah, and
Oh, they
he
got.
ended up with a black eye. I say, dog, I hope nobody in the Vatican is knocking him around.
You know.
You know, that's called elder abuse.
Yeah.
I didn't say that to be funny, but it is.
Yeah.
But that,
Yeah.
you know, that's another thing that's been trending out there. And one other thing that has been trending, everybody know I have a new puppy.
Oh, thank
Matter of
you,
fact, he's out there in the
Lord.
car.
Oh.
His name is Spanky.
Is he okay in the car?
Oh, Spanky's fine.
Okay, cool.
Shoot, Spanky is 4 pounds soaking wet. I want you to know he is a beast. Girl, he will chew, he will eat you up, digest you, and spit you out. You better be.
I'm scared.
He a beast, baby.
I'm scared.
Huh?
I'm scared.
He big enough to put in
Keep
my in my bag.
Okay.
But he's a beast.
He's huge.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's huge because he don't tolerate nothing.
Right.
Okay, he don't play.
Big spirit. Huh?
Big spirit. But I said that because there was a article that said pet stores puppies are linked to a bacterial outbreak. But these puppies came from, I'm not gonna call the name of the store, but from a certain chain of pet stores. Okay.
What country did they get them from, or where they?
Well, oh wow, how about that? I'm gonna answer that. I hope she's just. Hey Diane, I really hope you're listening to the show because you're live on the air. No, my show is on Tuesday. You live on the air. You want to say hello to everybody?
Hey, everybody, what's up?
Hey, how are you? How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Help Katie, she needs it.
Ah, thank you for calling. You got it. You want to tell us anything that's trending in your neighborhood?
I was thanking you for sending the picture of Milton.
Oh yeah.
Which service are you going to? You going to a service on Saturday morning?
I probably will. Why? You want to meet up and go together?
51st, from where you coming, you get to 51st before.
Yeah, I just might as well meet you there then. You know what? I'm glad you called in and reminded because one of the ladies that used to have a show, her and her husband, Trina and Joseph Davis and Trina Davis, they had a show here called Words to Live By on Sundays at 7. And Trina lost her father, and his name was Ira Milton, and he was used to be a clerk. I remember him as a clerk at CTA, and he recently passed. So I'm glad that you called and reminded me of that. I thank you so much. And I'll call you when we're off the air.
Yes, do that. Enjoy.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, her Trina Davis's father died, and that was another thing that I should have been talking about. But anyway, they talked about this folks that were carrying this disease, and it's really more like an infection. And they gave Ohio, Kansas City, Missouri, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Florida. So Chicago was included. And even though they were talking about this disease, there was another thing that was trending on the news today. And it was talking about, do you sleep with your pet?
I do, but more my mom's cat. Like he's always around my mom.
Okay.
So
A dog or cat?
it's a cat.
Oh.
But the one cat that recently passed away. But I'm actually kind of allergic to animals, but I still all my life have had. I still like they would kind of sleep in my bed at times, but as I got older, no.
I don't get along with cats. No. And then I can tell that they don't like me. I mean, it's just that when I come into the room, I can feel I can feel the energy from the cat. And I know he can feel my energy.
Okay. And it's like, I don't know, it's like they make me nervous and I make them nervous. So I try to stay out their way because a cat can be real dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Animals like dogs.
Cat
Wow.
cat can be extremely dangerous. I saw a video where a young lady took that snow and was playing with that cat. All up around her head and scratched her up. So I know they can be dangerous. You got a pet, Teresa?
No, no. And again, I say no.
You don't like
And
pets?
I do not like cats at all. Scared of them.
no.
Always been scared of
What about
cats.
dogs?
I like, dogs, but I'm just not an animal person. But,
Mhm.
a dog over a cat
Okay.
any day of the week,
Well, do you think it's something wrong with cuddling with your pet?
Like I said, I don't have one.
Well, I'm just saying,
Okay.
people that cuddle with their pets. Do you think it's something wrong with that? No opinion?
I don't. To a certain extent, I guess, because
Oh, I love to cuddle with my
I
pet.
Well, you got
like
like a little
yeah.
teddy bear like pet.
That's what I'm saying. Like it depends on the animal.
You giving them big rock wild a little bit.
No, I wouldn't be trying to cuddle with no Rottweiler because anything bigger than Spanky, I'm scared of. If they're Spanky size, I'm fine with them. But when they get a little bit bigger than that, I'm already terrified. Okay, listen, I want to remind you that you're listening to an internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and iHeart radio station. Now, there's one other thing that I have to say. D.L. Hughley wrote a post on Facebook. He wrote it in the form of, it was a tweet. And I don't know if you all saw it, but D.L. Hughley said, did not right though open the doors to that church to use as a shelter because God told him. He said he did it because of the backlash to media. So, when I heard that, I thought about Hurricane Irma that just, came and ripped up, what was that, down in the Bahamas and
Florida.
Florida and
Cuba.
Cuba and all down there. And my niece who lives in Wesley Chapel, and I have a friend, Denise, and her husband who live outside of Wesley Chapel, and it kind of stresses you out when you sit up and you're listening to CNN, and CNN is talking about how this hurricane is going to come through Tampa and it's going to tear everything up. You're sitting there and you're listening to this, and you're texting your niece back and forth on the phone, and your niece saying, "Listen, girl, just I'm gonna tell you what, just keep your panties up, baby. Everything's all right down
That's
here."
what my brother was telling me. He's in the same area.
Yeah. So she said, "Look, you're getting stressed over nothing." I mean, I was so stressed out. Okay. And I mean, it just really bothered me. So my neighbor said, turn off CNN because I watched it all day, all night. I couldn't get no sleep.
Right.
And my niece said, "I keep telling you, girl, we are fine. We got no problems down here." That's in a whole different location. Okay. And believe me, when the hurricane was over, she sent me a picture of what was going on. They had a few trees that were blowing around. Their parking lot didn't even have water. There was no damage to their electricity. They could get in their car and go anywhere they want. Now, further up, going toward, I guess, South Tampa, there was some problems with the area where they were. Didn't touch them. But I prayed for everybody.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were praying that it would die down before it did too much damage, and I think some prayers were answered.
Yeah.
Yeah, all prayers were answered. I would say.
And I even, I made my little donation to the hurricane fund. Yeah. I mean, it was, my niece and her husband, they live down there, and that's where I go. When I get ready to run for Chicago in the winter, I go there and I stay down there with them. And y'all be up here in this Arctic blast, and it be 80 degrees down there. You be wearing your shorts and t-shirts and sandals, and I don't want nothing to happen to them. That's
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
you know.
And shout out to my cousin Chris, who is sending supplies. From his job is where he is. He's sending supplies to those in need during the hurricane.
Hmm.
So yeah.
And before I take the break, I want to. I hope everybody can see this award that is sitting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right there. See this award? Look. Get your.
Oh, that.
Let me pick it up. Let me touch it. Yeah, Mr. Earl Winfrey, who was honored at was that Buzz Award? Yeah, at the DuSable Museum. Yeah,
I don't have my glasses on, so
You
that's
don't?
why I said that.
Well, they got the words. It's a buzzing off the awards presented to Earl Winfrey in appreciation for your outstanding dedication to your community. www.buzzindustry.com media. Buzzing Off Award 2017. Hey, we have to give it up to Mr. Earl. If Darcy was here, she would ring the bell. So since she's not here,
Hey.
all right then. You know what? There was an article. You can go to my Facebook page and find it. There's an article. I posted it on Facebook page, Katie Lowe, Rhythm Flow Radio. And I posted on Friends Who Like Rhythm Flow Radio. And it's a little article about Earl Winfrey. And I got a hold of this article a year ago. So that the article came up right during the time of the Buzzing Off Award.
All
So I posted it, and I'm telling you, you should go in and read it because he is the reason that we have this voice
Yes.
here at Intellectual Radio.
Were you at the ceremonies?
No, I didn't go to the ceremony. I had
Okay.
company that was
Okay.
in town, and I keep telling people, it's not that I was.
No, I just wanted to know how
No,
was it?
I know.
How was
It's not that I was ignoring Earl because I appreciate what he has done for me.
it? No, that's
Okay.
not what I was saying. I was just wondering how it went.
And I know everybody at Intellectual Radio appreciates it,
Yes.
but I feel like right now I'm in Chicago, and most of my family has left.
Mhm.
So when my family comes to town, I'm gonna tell you, I'm like glue.
Mm,
I spend as much time with them as possible.
yeah.
Because at this point, it was like 11 months since we had seen each other. So, I feel like I'm here by myself.
Right, I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have an uncle or a sister or brother, that I can run to and we do things. Okay. So I feel like I'm on this island. So when the people, come to my island to see me,
They get your full attention.
I try to smother them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like some men say they get in a relationship and, oh man, she want to smother you. I try to smother them. So they were
Yeah.
here and they left Thursday going back during the hurricane. So
Yeah.
That's where I was.
I just got a cousin that made it in this morning.
from Florida?
No, not from Florida,
Oh.
from California.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Sandy, shout out to Sandy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna feature another artist,
Mhm.
and the artist's name is Rachel White. We're gonna feature her song, and hold on, let me go to it. And once we feature her song, we're gonna come back and do this last segment, and it's gonna be all about Caroline Davis and who is she? Rachel White, and the name of this song is Problems. Enjoy the music. crazy to my baby. Crazy, I'm so crazy. Crazy, I'm in love with you. I got problems. Always drive me crazy. Crazy to my baby. Crazy, I'm so crazy. Crazy, I'm in love with you. I got problems. I need you to get your free boy. I didn't get no sleep, boy. You make my body feel, boy. You switches the last night. You're so boy. Your love comes right into our surface, yeah. But let's just never happen. You make me feel so crazy, you so fresh, so clean. You're such a every deals, my emotions have no chills in my heart life. Cause I'm your plus size dream girl, baby boy, the real McCoy. I give you all the cheeks to please me. Just make love to my mind and explore my body. You tell me crazy, you're still my baby. Crazy, I'm so crazy, crazy, I'm in love with you. I got problems. Oh, you tell me crazy, crazy, I'm so crazy, crazy, I'm in love with you. I got problems,
That's Problems by Rachel White. And she's been a guest right here on IntellectualRadio.com. Listen, we want to welcome you back to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, an iHeart radio station where we have over 70 shows with 70 to 150 hosts and co-hosts 4/7 on your smart device with internet access. Okay, now back to Carolina Davis. What titles are you carrying? Singer.
Yes, singer, songwriter, model, and actress.
Okay. Now, are you from Chicago?
I'm from Roselle. I was born and raised in Roselle.
Oh, okay, a suburb of
yeah.
Chicago.
So
Okay.
it's about the west side of Chicago.
Oh, so
Okay.
west suburbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you graduated school from there,
Yes.
pursue college?
Yes. I went to graduated actually in voice performance. That's why I majored in. There they taught us everything music wise. They also taught us they trained us opera, so I could sing in French, German, Italian, just
Wow.
It was a great experience though being there.
Like a fine arts school?
Yeah. So I first went to community college. Like I went to 3 different colleges.
Okay.
So, and then did my gen ed, like finished up with doing that, but then went to fine arts basically with the whole voice performance.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's just a lot of people who get interested in music, some people who get interested in modeling or acting, or sometimes they have famous people that steer them that way. Is there anyone in your family that's maybe musically inclined, or that sings or plays an instrument?
Uh, members do. They're more Carolina. So and with me, I only have my immediate family, my mom, my brother, my sister. So I don't really know my other family that's out in South Carolina or in Mississippi, but I know my aunt, she's a gospel singer, and then I have a lot of uncles that they just can play all types of instruments, and they love music. And growing up in my house, my mom, she's just a complete music lover, so we always had music playing 24/7 since I was a little girl. That's all I would hear is all different types of music, from to R&B to just all types of music. So
Okay, so what genre of music do you prefer?
well, I prefer, for the most part, R&B. What I do right is R&B soul, but I'm open to so many sounds. Like, I love music, so I with genres, I listen to everything. From I love rap because my favorite, who I look up to, is Tupac. Is basically
Oh,
the
yeah.
person that I look up to,
Yeah.
and it's like his music is what kind of keeps me going a lot of the time. Just it's all around. It's reggae. There's even some rock music, grunge music. So I'm all like love. I just love music. So
So you are an award-winning artist. Tell us something
yes.
about that.
Yes. This year I actually won the Chicago Oscars for Best Vocalist, and that was my second year nominated, but my first time winning. And I performed there 3 times at the Chicago Oscars. So,
Tell me something about your acting career. What have you done?
well, with acting, I've done, for the most part, a lot of it was through musical theater, and that's where I started. That was about, I would say, in 7th grade, and from there and up. So it always had music involved with it. But then as time went on, I did start doing some film, some extra work. I worked with a couple of directors on like films, like it was short films and things like that. But I'm in the process of hopefully working on a big film and doing things like that. But I love acting as well. And I did take a whole bunch of actually 3 theater classes, acting classes, and improv, all types of things. So I make sure that I keep studying my craft. Like, even just with my music, I practice my singing about 3 hours a day. Like, I'm always.
You have a voice coach?
Yes, I have a voice. And with that, I had 2 different ones, so it was kind of a little different with the vibe of how they taught. So I had to. But,
okay. What about your modeling? What have you done there?
With modeling, the way it started, I actually went to a modeling school, and that's kind of also where the acting came from, because they did the modeling and acting. So from there, I started doing a lot of fashion shows, and the fashion shows just kept on progressing. And then started doing a lot of photo shoots, and it just, as time went on, it just kept growing, and just been doing shows after shows, just nonstop, and working with different designers and photographers.
And you can tell you're progressing, because I was just looking at you from the first time I interviewed you, how you really started to into you.
Yeah.
Okay. And when I saw that post, I said, she was at the Elbow Road. Check out. Because see, the first time I think I ran into you was up north at a benefit fundraiser that Michael Hopkins had put together. And then the next time I ran into you was at 111 Penthouse with Team John Hill. Yeah. And I see that you are advancing, and
you should try to keep in touch with Team John Hill.
Yes, definitely. And that's what I always try to do each day is grow. And that's what, I look at myself and I compete with myself. Just make sure that I'm myself. And I push like every single day. When I'm rehearsing, I will rehearse even harder. Like I'm, just making sure that I'm not falling back. You never want to fall back. So I'm always doing that. I'm always researching, even looking at documentaries. I'm always trying to learn things no matter what. So it's like I'm always, and that's probably where you see me coming into myself more, because I do also like meditation too. Like I'll meditate and keep, even if it's for a short period of time, but it's like I'm coming in more to who I am instead of, just trying to be like the next person or this or that. It's like I'm really, and really coming into myself, and that's where it's coming through with my music. I think with that.
Listen, another thing I wanted to ask you, you like neo soul music?
Yes,
because I was just listening to the song and the life, and I was just wondering if some people's like I'm strictly R&B.
Erykah Badu is probably my
favorite.
She's my favorite. Like I said, Tupac is. Then there's Erykah Badu. There's Sade. Like so. And Erykah Badu, I oh my God, like she's somebody I really look up to in all aspects.
So, are you excited about your new venture at the Elbow Room?
Yes, very excited. And then, like I keep on posting about it and telling people, and this time around with the show, like I'm changing things up, like even with the intro of how I'm doing things. Like I don't want to obviously say what I'm doing, but I'm working real hard at it. I'm excited. And it's when I'm performing, that's when I'm in my glory. Like honestly, it's the best feeling performing. So I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can they buy those tickets in advance?
Yeah.
Or is it a pay at the door venue?
You can pay at the door, and then there are tickets that you can buy in advance. The link, I would have to. I don't know the link by heart because it's I believe on the
Eventbrite link. Is it an Eventbrite link?
I believe so. Yes, and it's on my my event page that I have. So
what you need to do is just share that event.
Yes.
And I'll post it on Rhythm Flow Radio. Friends who like Rhythm Flow Radio.
Okay.
I'll post it in the Black Events page. And
a lot of people know about Eventbrite. Do you know the name of the event?
It's just would say the Elbow Room Showcase.
The Elbow Room. So they can look that up.
It says Carolina Davis at the Elbow Room. It's September the 30th at 8 o'clock?
At 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock.
I start performing, yes. And I think even just like if you go on the Elbow Room website, you'll be able to go and be able to click on the link too. So that's another way.
Okay, now the song that we heard, Life. Okay. I always ask this because I don't know, get some notes. You wrote the lyrics?
Yes, I write everything.
You write all of them? Okay. So where do you get the music from? Where do you get the beats?
Well, this particular beat was from a Bandcamp producer by the name of Sly. And I was telling you kind of earlier, his production, everything is just amazing. So when I heard the song, the beat, I instantly wanted it. So it took, when I was writing it, I was writing different lyrics. Like the whole song was completely different. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, this doesn't go. This is not what I want to get out. So I actually went over by a lake and it kind of calmed my mind, and I started writing with it. But the whole concept of the song, like it's just a different vibe from.
Writers, they write different, like because I've heard some people say, well, I wrote the song, and then when I wrote the song, I went and found the beat. And then some people say, I got the beat,
And then I wrote the lyrics to the beat. So it's you can do it both ways, huh?
Yeah, I do it both ways.
Oh,
Like
okay.
with for me, for the most part, I like hearing the song, the beat first, and then go into writing the lyrics. But I write all the time, so I'll have a lot of lyrics that I already have, and sometimes if I hear a beat, and sometimes I'll look at lyrics that I have written, and it'll go with it, or I'll have to take things out, add things in. But it goes both ways with that, and sometimes. I do actually sometimes freestyle a lot of songs and go from there, but it just depends.
What studios do you use when you putting down your music? Putting your music.
With the studios, it's kind of all over the place, but it's all in Chicago.
Okay.
The studio that I recorded this particular song, this was out south, the south suburbs. So this was
Okay.
way past like kind of Chicago. But
Mhm.
then I record at a studio out west. And the one that I did my Strip My Mind album, that was at 35th Studio. So it kind of switched from, with different studios, but that also with the 35th Studios and going on, that was kind of me growing and on with different people and the exact sound that I want and everything. So
Now, when you go to record the studio, you have to pay for that airtime. That
yeah,
studio,
you pay
for that
for a
studio, that
yeah.
studio time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you go in there, you have to go to work.
Yeah.
Because that time is money.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you usually when you want to make sure that you have your song down, you rehearsed it. You don't want to just play around and just sit around because time is money,
Yeah.
So you have to go in, know your stuff, and go in and do it. And that's when the mix and mastering everything goes.
Okay, now if somebody wanted to find some of your music, is there anything on iTunes, or is there anything on what's the other one, Amazon or SoundCloud? Where can they find your music?
Yeah, I do have a couple of songs that's on iTunes and Amazon. I know the latest single that I had, the "Sex on the Beach." That song is on iTunes. There's some that you can just download on Reverb Nation, so that would be reverbnation.com/Carolina Davis, and as well as like with the Amazon.com, like there's that with that. But that's more, I think, with the "Sex on the Beach" I have with the iTunes, but. A lot of things you can download free, or there will be the link for you to go to on Reverb Nation.
So you are for hire as a singer. Okay. So if someone wanted to get in touch with you, how could they reach you? Where would they reach you through Twitter? Would they reach you through Facebook? I mean, how would they?
You can reach me. Well, for the social media part, you can reach me on Instagram at Carolina.Davis, on Facebook, just Carolina Davis. I have my fan page and plus my personal page, but you can use either one of them. I post just nothing but basically it's either way with Carolina Davis on there. On Twitter, it's Carolina RB Davis, and then Snapchat, it's Carolina Davis CD, and then you can also just regular email Carrie CARRIE future@yahoo.com.
You know Trina Davis and Reverend Joseph Davis, Senior Pastor Apostle Joseph Davis. They have a church in Chicago.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Davis. It just popped in my head. I thought I'd ask. Okay, listen. We're going to thank everybody for tuning in to IntellectualRadio.com, an iHeartRadio station. We have our in-studio guest, Carolina Davis, who will be performing at the Elbow Room. Do you have that address?
It's 2871 North.
2871 North Lincoln Avenue. That is September the 30th at 8 o'clock. And we do ask that you support her.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Okay,
great show.
Teresa, is there anything you got to want to sweet or want to say before we leave the air?
I just want to thank you again, Katie, for having me. And Carolyn, you're a very talented
Thank you.
person, and look forward to seeing you in some of your performances.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, you know what I always say. Huh. Self-love, self-respect, self-worth. Oh, wait a minute. I just forgot. And I know she'll be listening.
Mm.
I want to remind everybody. Wednesday night, Motor Road Brewery, 2337 South Michigan Avenue. Shirley King, Princess of the Blues, daughter of the late, great B.B. King, will be celebrating her father's birthday.
All right.
And I believe if he was still living, I don't want to say 97. I don't want to say that, but it might be. So I want y'all to come out and support her. I will be there somewhere in that audience. So that's going to be Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Okay? Now back to what I was saying. Self-love, self-respect, self-worth. They all start with self. Remember, it's not what you are that holds you back. It's what you think you are not.
Mm.
Think about yourself. Life is like a camera. Just focus on what's important and capture the good times. Develop from the negatives. And if things don't turn out, just take another shot.
All right.
You have been listening to Rhythm Flow
Like that.
Radio with the big girl of internet radio. My name is Katie Lowe. I have Carolina Davis and Teresa sitting with me. We're going to say what Shirley King would say. It's our weekend. Y'all.
Shirley Just got off of work and I just got paid. Looking forward to the party, I can hardly wait. Been waiting for the weekend like a holiday. Working all weekend now, I'm ready to play. Tonight is a party, are you ready to go? We're gonna let our head down to the floor. If you don't want to party, you can hit the door. We're gonna shake my body down and move me and my friends gonna drink all the juice and juice. We can get started. It's the weekend. Me and my friends gonna light up the party. The weekend is gonna party. Now time to party, leave your worries behind. Got your party to the beat and everything will be fine. Yeah. Don't worry about my rent and how the bills is so high. Just living for the weekend, let me tell you why. Tonight I'ma get it started and that's for sure. Come wear this mini skirt and take it to the floor. If you don't wanna party, you can hit the door. Cause we're gonna shake our body down and move me and my weekend and we like to party. We don't cause trouble and we don't bother nobody. Let's toast to the good life, even if it's one night. Put your glass in the air if you fly. Right? So it's back to the business. I'ma let my head down, give you the business. So when I finish, you give me a hand. I worked all week, now I'm beside the hand. Night is sunny, are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Let my hair down. If you don't want to party, you can hit the door. Shake down, move you down.